With me now, former New York City Police Commissioner Howard Safir. And Howard, we've had this conversation several times over this period of this. And every time we talk, the numbers get higher and more, and these images get more brazen. I guess someone like an Alvin Bragg just is not going to come out and say I was wrong. But maybe he's seeing the light and trying to take baby steps. But isn't the urgency factor such that we need to do something more decisive right now?
Absolutely. All he has to do is do his job, and his job is to prosecute criminals. But what he did the day he came into office was he told everybody who was out there stealing and committing violence, you can have a free ride because I'm going to do social programs. I'm not going to do my job. This is the chaos that we're seeing in New York is exactly what I predicted would happen. You
did. Hey, the Hamburglar. Now, I'm not sure if the 250 limit is maybe when they're not cooked, they're less than 250, but certainly those 10 steaks, medium well, that's more than $250. And all kidding aside, I mean, that speaks volumes about how much New Yorkers just have no disregard now. Those who want to take just simply walk in a store and take what they want.
Well, when you send a message to criminals, and it's not just Bragg, de Blasio did it for 8 years. This legislature in Albany is continuing to do it. And what they're doing is basically sending messages to criminals. You can go in, you can steal stuff. Even if we do arrest you, you're going to get out on bail. You're not going to go to jail. And probably you're not going to get convicted. So why shouldn't they do it? It's there for the taking.
There's a thinking, I want to add something here that just came up yesterday, and a lot of folks are shocked. Some are angry. This is the Biden administration saying they want to offer free crack pipes to certain constituents, underserved, which is often a euphemism for Black Americans. The route that they are taking, it just feels like they're not trying to get to the root of any of these things to actually solve them, but and ultimately, doesn't this all make it all worse?
Absolutely. President Biden has, since George Floyd, said cops are racist, cops are brutal. He's pandering to criminals, and he's looking to make more drug addicts in this country by facilitating the use of drugs, whether it's crack pipes or injection sites. It's sending a message. It's okay to use mind-altering drugs, and we're going to try and legalize as much as possible. We are in deep trouble, and this needs to be changed.
Okay, so they're not offering crack pipes, but there's a program to facilitate safe drug apparatus use. And from what I've read, I thought it was included crack pipes. So where do we go from here? Eric Shawn mentioned the 90s and the 80s, but I also grew up in New York in the 70s, which I thought was probably worse. Crack took the 80s to a different level, but it took years, decades to get to where we were. And it's all unraveling. So where do we go from here? Do you think we have to hit rock bottom before there's a general epiphany, even amongst those who are the biggest advocates for this kind of stuff now?
Well, Rudy Giuliani got elected because David Dinkins showed that he absolutely could not do anything to control crime in New York. Hopefully, Mayor Adams will get some support, but you have to remember, he's 1/3 of the police, or 1/3 of the criminal justice system. If they arrest somebody and they don't go to jail, and they don't get prosecuted, the cops are going to sit back and they're only going to respond to crimes in progress, which of course is a failure. We need to get back to broken windows. We need to get back to stop, question, and frisk and do it constitutionally. But we need to send a clear message to criminals. If you commit a crime, you're going to be held accountable. Yeah. Right now, that's not happening in New York. It's not happening in Los Angeles or San Francisco or Chicago. And that's why murder rates are off the charts. And another bellwether is car thefts.
Yeah,
car thefts are up like 60%.
They're all through the roof. Commissioner, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.